The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling on Europe to prevent a nuclear catastrophe after the attack at the nuclear power plant. In a video posted online, Mr. Zelensky says Russian tanks were shooting at nuclear reactor blocks and reveals only immediate action from Europe can stop the Russian troops. We have more in this report.
State Emergency Service says the fire broke out in a training building outside the largest nuclear power plant in Europe during intense fighting between Russian and Ukrainian forces on Friday, comparing the possible consequences to the Chernobyl disaster of 1986. President Volodymyr Zelensky says the whole of Europe would have to be evacuated in the event of an explosion at ZAPORIZHZHIA.
Звертаюся до всіх українців, до всіх європейців, до всіх людей, хто знає слово Чорнобиль, хто знає, скільки горя і жертв приніс вибух на атомній станції. Це була глобальна катастрофа.
Russia has already captured the defunct plant about 100 kilometers north of Kiev, which spewed radioactive waste over much of Europe when it melted down in 1986. In an online post, the mayor of the nearby town of Energodar says there has been fierce fighting in the area about 342 miles southeast of Kiev. Outside the power plant city, at least 33 people died and 18 others were injured in CHERNIHIV as the Russian forces intensified attacks on the residential areas, including schools in the northern Ukrainian city, the local governor says. Meanwhile, Mazda Technologies on Friday released video of high-resolution 3D satellite imagery from Monday, February 28, showing a Russian military convoy making a slow advance towards Kiev. While no major assault has been launched on Kiev, the capital has been shelled, and Russian forces unleashed devastating firepower to break resistance in the outlying town of Borodyanka. Earlier on Thursday, the British Ministry of Defense said a huge Russian convoy rumbling southwards towards Kiev was advancing slowly, partly due to resistance, but also due to logistical issues. On the other hand, people fleeing Russia's invasion of Ukraine continued crossing the border into neighboring Poland. Dozens of tents had been set up, with refugees given food and shelter by the Red Cross on arrival. More than 1 million people have fled Ukraine into neighboring countries since Russia launched its full-scale invasion just a week ago. Just over half of those who have fled Ukraine have crossed west into Poland. The United Nations Refugee Agency has projected that more than 4 million Ukrainian refugees may eventually need protection and assistance, while the European Union's Crisis Management Commissioner says the figure could reach 7 million.
Humanitarians present on both sides of the border have documented signs of abuse on several third country nationals arriving in neighboring countries. Also documented acts of xenophobia based on people's race, nationality in several border cities. We've also seen the overwhelming testimonies shared in traditional media, on social media, from people who have been subject to discrimination.
In another twist, Mexico receives 75,000 Russian tourists a year, and today more than 3,000 remain stranded in CANCUN, waiting for special flights to take them back home. 3,000 Russian citizens who came to Mexico for terrorism are stranded in the region.